In our lesson today, we're going to draw a forest scene like this one. We're going to learn how to draw tree shapes. We'll learn about overlap, and we'll draw some details such as the tree branches, maybe a few birds, and some small lines on the ground to show the grass. This scene is sort of like a bird's eye view of a forest. So imagine you are a bird and you're flying south in the autumn and you're flying over these really pretty autumn colored trees. And you're going south where it's warm. This is probably what a bird would see. So I'm going to start by choosing my tree colors, and I'm going to choose 4 colors. You can choose your own colors. Autumn leaves can be many, many, many colors, but only pick 4. I'm going to first choose this orange, maybe this pink, a yellow, and a green. You can choose other colors if you want ones that are different from these. And I'm also going to pick brown for my tree branch details. And this blue, which I'm going to use to color in the background. And on our picture, the background is going to be the earth where the trees are growing. I chose blue because it's different from these colors. None of these colors of my trees are this kind of blue, which means that my background is going to make the trees pop out of the picture a little bit better. I'm going to start with some oval shapes like this one, and I'm going to use one color at a time. And I'm going to draw 3 ovals in this orange color. Spread them out around my paper. I'm trying to make all these ovals look about the same, and then I'll color them in. And color them kind of lightly because you are going to use your brown to draw on top of it, so you don't want to press too hard today. I'm filling up my paper. So I'm filling up the space on my paper. My drawings are not little tiny drawings in the corner. I'm drawing almost all the way to the edge. I'm done with my 3 orange trees. I'm going to move on to my pink. And I'm going to make a different shape oval. So this one's going to be like if I took this one and stretched it out. So it's going to be very tall. Because trees in the forest don't all have to be the same kind of tree. You can have a variety of trees. They can all be different. Coloring this one lightly too. I'll make another purple tree right here. My last one, I think I'll put it right here. And I overlapped this orange circle I drew on top of it. So that makes it look like this pink tree is in front of that orange tree. I'm going to pick a different color. I'm going to set my pinkish purple aside. I'm going to choose green, and I will take a shape that is kind of like an egg shape. So it's skinnier on the top, a little wider on the bottom, like that. And I'll put one there, one here, and I'll have one behind this tree. So if I'm making this tree behind the pink one, it's going to stop right here. I'm not going to continue the line. It stops there, and it looks like I put this pink one on top of it. Now lastly, I have my yellow, and I'm going to draw some circular trees. So these are ovals, they're like a circle that's stretched out. I'm going to make some circles that are very round. I'm going to put them kind of in the empty spaces on my picture. There's big empty space here, big place for a yellow tree. And I'm going to overlap another kind of tree. So there's a lot of space right here. I'm going to overlap, put my orange behind my yellow tree. And it's okay if your colors blend together, because sometimes when we look at a forest, when we look at trees, and one tree's in front of the other tree, the leaves kind of look like they blend together. You can see the trees, you can see the leaves from one tree behind the other one. And this one I put behind the orange. And now I will fill in all of this with my blue. I'm going to color from right to left or left to right, and I'm going to color lightly. I'm not pressing very hard at all with this crayon, and it might help you to pick up your arm off the table and not rest your elbow on the table is what I meant by that. So you can use your whole arm to color. It'll go a little faster, and you can make a bigger line this way. So fill in all of the white of your paper with your blue. The blue kind of makes me think that it is at night, or maybe it's in the evening. It's turning into nighttime and it's getting kind of dark outside, so the ground in this forest is starting to look a little bit more blue. Everything's in the shadow. So even though the grass isn't blue, sometimes the way the light is outside makes it look like it's blue. You can especially tell that in the wintertime when there's snow on the ground and the snow is reflecting the light of the sun. And if it's very late outside in the day, if it's very late, you can tell that the snow sometimes looks kind of blue. And I'm going to keep my blue crayon over to the side. I'll use it in a minute. I'm going to move on to my brown crayon. You could also use a black crayon or another dark color. You could use your blue and press dark. But we're going to draw the tree trunks. So for each tree, I'm going to make a vertical line. A vertical line is a line that goes up and down. And you can make these lines as thick or thin as you want to. Since this orange tree, remember, is behind my yellow one, you might not see the trunk very big, so I'm going to only draw a little bit. If you want to make your trunk more thick, you can draw kind of a upside down T and then color to fill it in. So I had a T shape and I'm kind of coloring it. It's starting to look like a triangle. So a T, and then from the point of the T, make a triangle. And trees don't just have tree trunks, they have tree branches. So after I get all my tree trunks drawn, I'm going to draw all of the branches. And I don't want to draw all of the branches on a tree because trees can have hundreds of branches, and I don't want to be here all day trying to draw some trees. I'm just going to draw a couple of branches in each tree, and it'll still look like a wonderful tree. You don't have to draw all of the details, but if you draw enough, we'll be able to tell what it is that you created. So I'm going to draw from the middle of the tree trunk some lines going out, kind of up and out, like that. So some diagonal lines. A diagonal line is a line that goes from down to up, right to left. You can draw these all the way to the edges of your tree if you want to. And some more details that we can add. At this point, you can draw some lines for the grass. So you can make some short vertical lines like this all over your paper. That'll help make this look like grass in a forest if you draw a whole bunch. You can switch up your color too if you want to choose a different color, like green. Grass could also be brown if it's in the fall. And you can add some birds to your trees. You don't have to add many details to a bird. All you really need to draw a bird that is in a tree like this, so a small bird is what I'm trying to say. All you really need to show are a beak, so a pointy triangle shape, and I'm going to add a half moon shape to make it look like the body. So I'm going to start with a curve and draw a line on top. So it's a half of a moon, kind of looks like a smiley face, and then I'll color that in. And then I'm going to add kind of a little loop on top and a shape for the beak. I'm going to draw that on this piece of paper so you can see that again. So to make my bird, I made half moon, kind of looks like a watermelon or a smile. Fill it in and add a loop on top. So another half moon, but it's really small and it's upside down. Color that in. That's the head, and then don't forget the beak. So a triangle. And there you have a really simple little bird, and you can put your bird in a tree and you can add as many as you want to.